What's up, CCGO fam? I am here with the amazing Lou. Please, Lou, introduce us to who you are, what you do, and why you do it.
Yeah, for sure. Loaded question already right off the bat, right? Yeah, Lou Rosado Jr., recent transplant from New Jersey. Moved here July of last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so forgive me if I say things like water.
Yeah.
We're a little different. We're a little different. But I love the vibe here, man. But yeah, so I am what's called a fee-based financial planner.
Okay.
Mouthful, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so are you familiar with at all with what a financial advisor does?
Someone who advises your finances.
Finances, yeah. It's a pretty loaded question though, right? So a financial advisor, it's like saying I'm a doctor.
Okay.
Are you a pediatrician? You a cardiologist? Are you even a medical doctor, right? There's so many different types. Same thing with regards to being a financial advisor. What I choose to do with my licensing, though, is what's called financial planning.
Okay.
Right? So I'm not just going to try to make you money. We're trying to map out your whole financial life from now to the day you pass and after that.
And after that. So you deal with like legacy and stuff like that.
Yeah, legacy building, wealth building, investment management, life insurance, health insurance, goal setting.
Okay.
Long-term, short-term, the whole 9 yards. Now, here's the caveat, though. When you hire a financial advisor, you got to come to the table with money because they work for a commission.
Right.
So when I was 40, I was looking for a financial advisor because I didn't know anything about money. Like I could make it, right? But beyond that, I didn't know anything about it. And I didn't have a lot, although I made a good amount of money, I also had a lifestyle that was close to that. So because I didn't have a lot of disposable income left over at the end of the month, nobody would work with me.
Oh, wow.
So at 41, I went to college. I got my associates in 10 months. I got my bachelor's in 10 and a half months. And then I started the process to get my life insurance licensing so that I can get my securities federal licensing so that I could be a financial advisor. And now I choose to teach people about it, which is my big focus. I don't just take your money and invest it. I'm going to teach you all about it. We'll start wherever you at. So if you know about investments, cool, we'll start there. But if you don't know the difference between a stock and a bond, we're going to start there. And I'm going to teach you throughout the whole process. So by the time we get to the end, you're financially literate. You understand how money moves. And you understand why we're going to do the things that we want to do based on the goals that you've got in your life.
My next question was literally going to be, how do you cater to the community? And I feel like how you cater to the community is you bring in that education. You literally said if you don't know the difference between a bonds or a stock, you teach that. And I feel like that's how you inform the community, because there's a lot of people in our surrounding communities that are not financially advised or aware of how they could be with their money from now till their great grandkids,
Yeah.
So you offer that to people.
For sure. And that's the thing with when I work for a flat fee, I don't care about how much money you have, right? Because I'm not working for a commission.
Right.
So you don't have to come to the table with 50,000. You don't have to come to the table with 10,000. As long as you're in the black at the end of the month, you got money left over, we got a starting point.
Okay.
Right. And even if you're not in a position to hire me right now, I'm going to give you some deliverables, send you in a direction, and give you a time frame. Look, if you do this, this, and that, you should be about 6 to 8 months ready to call me. Because right now I'll be an expense, and that defeats the purpose. I need to be of value.
I like this openness of this.
So if you do this, you come back and see me, then we'll be able to start. But consider this your first building block, and then we'll go from there.
So who is like your ideal individual to be working with?
Someone who wants to learn. I can work with anyone. I mean, if you have assets already under management, that's the beauty of working for a flat fee as opposed to a commission. If you are what we call a high net worth client, it's probably a good idea you don't even know what you're paying, right? Because it's 1%, right? Of what? Don't even know where I'm at right now because you don't monitor them, so forth and so on. So you could be paying $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, not know it.
Okay.
Right? You just know you're paying a fee. Okay, well, what if we just made it a flat rate of $3,000 a year? Done. That's simple. That's simple, right? But I find I get filled up when I find someone that wants to learn.
Right.
Doesn't understand what's an IRA. How does that work? I don't understand why do people, where does money go? Right. Teach them all of that and then just watch them grow. And then in like 2 months, we're having conversations about finances that they was a completely different language to them. The average is between 2 to 4 months to go through the whole process. It could be upwards of 15 Zooms. Generally a little bit less. It's usually around 10 to 12, but we allocate for that much just in case.
I like that short window time frame. 2 months is a short period to be endowed with so much information to where you're having these conversations in which you did not even think you would be able to communicate within like money. So I like the idea that you're able to do that. And it makes sense because you literally said that you acquired 2 degrees within 2 years, correct?
Yes.
That's crazy. That's insane. So you must be very, very smart, very intelligent.
Determined is what it is.
Okay.
So military background, Marine Corps, right?
Makes sense.
It had the objective and go, right? And fortunately for me, I have a little bit of a sleeping issue. I don't do it. Right? So
let's talk about not sleeping.
Yeah, I mean, it's normal for me to be up 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, right? So when I was in school and still working full time, my schedule was pretty intense. My work schedule was 10 to 6, and I say 6 because I was in a leadership position. So I wasn't done until my team was done. So I'd be up at like 4 in the morning, get on my treadmill, do my little 1 hour thing there, shower, shave, and then hit the books from there till like 9:30, go into the office, work all day, come home 8 o'clock or so, do some more work, have dinner, crash usually around 11 to 12, take a nap, get up and do it again.
Oh, wow. And just keep going in that cycle.
Yeah. And without wifey, it wouldn't have happened. You know, like I'm just beating up this keyboard and then down comes dinner, you know, and I'm eating while I'm pounding away.
That's the man that's working.
I mean? So, yeah, I mean, without her, there's no me, period.
I know that's right.
Period.
So I wonder, how does it look if I was a client that came to you and I had that disposable income to be able to get your services, how would that look, me coming in, not knowing, you know, stocks and bonds? How would that time frame, that 5-month time frame look for me?
Yeah, the first thing right off the bat, we need to figure out what your net worth is, right? So we'll go through your cash flow. How much money do you have coming in and from where? And then where's it going? And we get really granular with it. Like you have Spotify, okay, put that down. Oh, dang,
right? Y'all go down to the Spotify.
Yes, because what happens is, and it never fails, man, I didn't realize I had Hulu and Netflix and Paramount and Disney and this and that and Peacock. I don't use none of them.
None.
Cool. Keep Netflix, cancel everything else. We just found $120 a month. What else we got?
That's crazy.
You know,
it's funny you say that because I get a notification from Apple, $10, $11. So I'm like, okay, I don't know where this is going to, but I'm too busy to even look into it. I'll just let my money go to Apple. So,
and that's the beauty of when you have someone such as myself working for you. That's what you're gonna do. Go work.
I need like 2 of you right now.
I got this, bro. About a month ago, I negotiated a car deal for one of my clients. You know, she said, "Lou, I want a new car." Cool. Let's have the conversation. We went through what she wanted, the features, the whole 9 yards. And then we go through all the finances of it, right? We see what it comes in at. Can we afford this? Yeah, this is our budget. Cool. Go to work. I'll call you when I'm ready. 2 weeks later, I was able to give her a call.
Oh, wow.
You all set? And bring $1,000 check for a down payment. Come pick up your keys.
So within that 5-month time frame, when we're going through the list of my expenses, what happens next after that?
Yeah, so that's one session, right? And then we'll discuss life insurance. First of all, do you even need it? If not, you're still going to learn about it, right? But not everybody needs it. You need to know if you need it or not. If so, how much do you need? And what type? There's 5 different types, right? So you need to know which one. I'm going to teach you about all of them, and then you're going to tell me, all right, now that I understand, I need about $250,000 term, and I want $100,000 IUL. Cool. And we'll go ahead and we'll build that. You have no clue what that means, but after a 30-minute session,
my brain was like,
you're going to be telling me what it means.
Exactly. I feel that because the way you're explaining it to me, I'm like, okay, I can understand this. If, just sitting down, talking about it, mapping it out, seeing it on paper, I would be able to understand it. So
exactly.
I like that.
And it's one thing at a time. Once we get the life insurance, and we break that down into 2 sessions. The first one, I'm going to teach you all about it. The second meeting, that's when you're going to say, all right, this is how much of what type I need. Cool. Then we're going to talk about disability insurance. We'll talk about health insurance, whether you have it or not, whether you need it or not. I still need you to understand it because there may come a point in time in your life where you do need it. Right.
That makes so much sense.
Then we're going to talk about investments, and that's broken up into 2 sessions. If need be, you may come to me well-versed already. We'll have a 10-minute conversation, make sure we're on the same page. Cool. We keep it moving. We're going to talk about your taxes, right? What are you paying in taxes, especially if you're a 1099 and you got to settle up at the end of the year, or you're doing it quarterly. Where are you stashing the money? Is it sitting in a shoebox under your bed, or is it in high yield savings, getting you 5% interest, making money off of it before you got to give it to Uncle Sam? All right? Are you overpaying in taxes? If you're getting a $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 return, you're not doing it right. What you're doing is giving Uncle Sam your money. Uncle Sam's going to lend it out, do all kinds of things, and make money off your money. And then at the end of the year, give it back to you with no interest.
Oh, wow.
With no interest. You don't get interest on your tax refunds. What you're doing is overpaying all year, and then he just gives it back to you. So would you rather have that money every week, every month to do what you want to do with, or give it to somebody to hold for you, no interest, and then give it back to you? Give me my money. The best way to be come tax season is 0. I'm not giving nothing. I'm not getting nothing. That means all last year, my money was perfect.
Oh, wow. And that's possible.
Absolutely. That's what tax planning comes out to be, right? That's ideal situation. Then we're talking about estate planning. If need be, it'll be an in-depth conversation. My wife and I just finished setting up our whole estate plan. It was the better part of about 3 months with an attorney. Right? We've got kids, we've got money, we've got this, we've got that, got assets. My youngest client just turned 20, lives at home with his mom. That estate planning conversation is going to be the definition of an estate plan. This is what it is. Done, right? Doesn't have any kids. He's not married. There's really nothing to do. I just need him to understand what it is, right? So that's why the meetings are agile like that. They're flexible. But each one of these sessions, is a separate session. And your money is status quo. We're not going crazy with any kind of investments. I don't want to lock up some money in some long-term investments here. And then once we get to this, you might be interested in it, but we don't put all your money over here now. Right. So we're going to go through this whole thing.
And it's not a lot.
It's not a lot. It's tedious, and you got to want it. That's the thing. I've got a 20-year-old client. He can't wait for his next meeting. And then I got 40-year-olds like, do I forget you? I'm gonna come back. I'll be here. Listen, I'm good.
Right.
You don't have to explain anything to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm good. My people are good. I'm here when you're ready.
Right.
But I got a 20-year-old that's kicking my door down because he wants to learn. Because I showed him the difference of starting when you're 20 as opposed to starting when you're 40.
Oh, yeah. That's a huge difference.
Right? That compounding interest is massive. It's massive. Your money is just making more money for you while you're doing whatever you want to do in life, bro.
That makes so much sense. So if you're not a go-getter, they shouldn't be coming to you. If you're not serious about wanting to be educated on where your money is going, increasing your money flow, they're not the client for you.
Right. You gotta want it. You gotta want it because I'm not gonna chase you. Right. I'll make myself readily available.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you gotta. If I want it more than you do, we're probably not a match.
Hey, I like that. Where can the people find you to book your services or just see more of you?
Yeah, so I'm very transparent, super simple, right? I'm wide open on Facebook, Lou Rosado Jr. You can follow me there. I've actually got a few pages on Facebook. So I got Lou Rosado Jr. is my personal one. I share a lot of content on there with regards to anything financially related, insurance related. My business page is my government. That's Louis, L-U-I-S, Louis Rosado on that one. And I also own a virtual tax and bookkeeping business.
Okay.
It's called Altruist Taxes and More. And that has its own Facebook page as well. So yeah, I'm pretty active, pretty out there.
Okay.
I also have a perpetual calendar link. So it's just simple. It's meetwithlou.com. If you want to have a conversation and see what's entailed, right? That's the biggest thing that drives me nuts, where people say, well, I got some things I got to take care of first, and then I'm going to hit you up. And it drives me nuts because that's literally like saying, all right, well, I'm going to lose a few pounds first, and then I'm going to go to the gym. Right?
That's crazy.
Or
I never thought of it that way.
I'm going to wait till I feel a little bit better, and then I'm going to go to the doctor. Like, if you need to take care of some things with your money, we need to have a conversation. Right? Because now, even if you can't hire me, that's fine. Let's have a conversation, because I might be able to give you more insight to where you can get ready sooner. You know, you have it in your mindset where this is all you can do, because that might be all that you're aware of. Right? So if I can make you aware of some other things, you might be able to get ready sooner. But that whole thing about I need to take care of some things first and then come talk to you.
No, take care of it right now.
Because debt management is something else that I do.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you've got credit cards and your debt is getting pretty heavy, well, debt management is one of the sessions that we're going to have. We're going to figure out what's the best way to get you out of it. That might be debt consolidation. Could be what's called a HELOC, which is you take a loan out on your house. Worst case scenario, bankruptcy. It could be a private loan, could be a personal loan, could be a lot of different ways other than just I'm going to pay my credit cards down.
Right. It is a lot. Just hearing you talk about like all the things it could be, I was just like swirling around like numbers and birds, but I feel like you make it simple. So definitely, if you guys need to be more educated on your finances, or you want to get better at managing your finances, I would say definitely hit up my guy right here. He knows what he's talking about.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you so much for coming on to the CCGO episode. I really appreciate you.
I appreciate your time. Thank you.
You have a great rest of your day.
Likewise.